So in this screencast, I'm going to showcase the culmination of all the user stories I've implemented while working on this project. This includes the ability to add, edit, and delete replies, the ability to add, edit, and delete reviews, as well as the staff role, which is able to review questions and answers, flag questions and answers for review, and message other users to exchange information. So let's see how I've implemented all of this and how it all works together. So first, I implemented the reply.java class. This implements the individual replies as a it has an ID for the answer it's replying to, um, the content of the reply, the author, the date it was created, and the date it was updated. And so here I have the constructors, and also I have getters and setters, and for each of its variables, as well as an overrided toString method. Next is the replies.java class, which represents a list of replies, as so it includes a list of replies as well as a constructor and some basic CRUD capabilities to add replies, get all the replies, get the replies by ID, to get all the replies for an answer, to update replies and delete them, and delete all the replies for an answer, and to search them by content, by author, and by what answer they're replying to, and a few methods to get the size, to empty them, and see if they're empty, and to clear them, and also a method to get how many replies there are for an answer. Next, is the review.java class to represent individual reviews. I They have their own ID as well as IDs for the question or answer they're reviewing, and its rating, the content, the author, when it was created, and when it was updated. And they also have their own constructors as well as getter and setter methods here and here, each for one for each of the variables, and it also has a overrided toString method to display the information. And of course, there's also the reviews.java class to represent a list of reviews. Uh, so there's so it has a review list for its variable, and it also has a constructor to initialize it. And here you can add reviews to the list, get all the reviews of the list, get the review by ID, get all the reviews for a question or answer, update a review, delete a review, uh, delete all the reviews for a question or answer, search them by content, by author, by their rating, um, and by what a question or answer they're reviewing. And you can also get the list size, whether or not it's empty, and you can empty it out and get all the reviews, get the number of reviews for a question or answer. And now for the setup login selection page, I made an edit to add a button for the to set up the staff account. And if you click on it, it'll take you to the page I created to set up staff account page. Here it's similar to the page for setting up an account, except it's specifically for the staff. You enter the username, the password, and the invitation code, and then it checks if all of them are valid, and it also makes sure it doesn't already exist. And if everything's valid, then it creates that staff account. Another page I created to implement the staff is the staff homepage. It's similar to the admin homepage, except in addition to the discussion board, I also added another button that that when clicked takes the user to the inbox, where with the help of the messaging capabilities implemented by one of my teammates, the staff should be able to message others to exchange information. And furthermore, in the discussion board of a validator, I I also added two new methods to validate the reply and validate the review to make sure their contents are valid, and in the case of the reviews, their ratings are valid. Now to make sure that the DIO can implement all these functions, I also edited the DAO so that it has a table for the replies and a table for the reviews. And furthermore, um, I I created the CRUD functions to add a reply, and to get all the replies for an answer, and to get all the replies in general, and to update a reply, and to delete a reply. And I also did a similar things for the reviews. Here I added a function to create a review, get all the reviews for a question, to get all the reviews for an answer, and to get all the reviews in general, and to update a review, and to delete a review. And also, I added a couple more methods to extract replies from the result set and to extract reviews from the result set to actually help display them on the page. And now, and now at last, uh, for for the page itself, which is right here, I he here I created a section below the questions to display the reviews and to display them if any questions or answers with reviews are clicked on, and and furthermore below the answer list I created the reply list view to display the replies if if the answer that is selected will has any replies to display. And here I added some buttons. I This one must add a reply. This one must edit the reply. This one deletes the reply. This one adds a review. This one edits a review. And this one deletes a review. And last but not least, I added one to a flag or unflag a question or answer for review. And now to and now to make the buttons actually work, I added these methods. This one, it'll add a reply if an answer is selected, and if everything is valid, it adds the reply to that answer. This method it edits the reply if a reply is selected, and if everything is valid, it edits the reply. Now this function deletes a reply if one is selected. And this one adds a review to a question or answer if one is selected. And this one edits a review if one is selected. And this one deletes a review again if a review is selected. And now this one sets a is for setting a flag for questions and answers. This one is exclusive to staff members. Other users are not allowed uh to use it. It will deny them access, and you can either flag questions or answers. But if the question or answer is already flagged, it will instead unflag it. And so without any further ado, let's see how everything works. So let's run the program, and for the sake of speed, I already made a staff account. So let's log in. Continue to my page. As you can see, there are two buttons, one for the discussion board and one for the inbox. Let's test out the inbox first. As you can see, there's a messages section and message details and some buttons to create a message, reply, refresh, or go back. So let's try creating a message. Um, I'll message to my other staff account, which is Mikey, and title it test message. For the contents, this is the test message. Click OK, and it creates it created it successfully. Now to make sure my other account actually received it, I'll go back, start it again, log into my other staff account, go to my inbox, and as you can see, the test message I just sent is there. And of course, I can also reply to that message by clicking reply, typing this is the test reply, click OK. And now once again, I'll reset the challenge and then go back to my first staff account. Go to my inbox. And as you can see, the test reply is now here and visible. So we now that we know that uh, now that we know that the messages work, let's go back and this time go to the discussion board to test out the other user stories. Now, first, I want to test out the ability to add replies to answers. As you can see, there are two questions already there and two answers there as well. So let's try adding a reply to one. Let's click here. This is the test reply. Click OK. And as you can see, now the reply is visible uh, when I click on that answer. And I can also edit replies too. First, I have to select the reply, alter the message accordingly. This is the test edit. Click OK. As you can see, now the reply has changed accordingly. Last but not least, I can also delete a reply if I don't need it anymore. So I can select the reply, hit delete, click OK. As you can see, the reply is no longer present. Now let's say as the staff, I wanted to flag a question or answer for review. So let's click here, click flag or unflag. Are you sure you want to flag this answer? Yes, I do. Click OK. As you can see, this answer is now flagged for review. And I can do the same for questions as well. So let's click this question, flag, click OK. As you can see, now this question is flagged for review. And if I think that the flag is no longer necessary, I can also unflag it by simply clicking this again, click OK. And now it's no longer flagged. And of course, I can do the same for answers. I just have to click the answer, click the button, click OK. And now it is no longer flagged. Now, the purpose of the flagging option is to flag them so that other staff can review them. So let's do just that. First, let's select this question, click Add Review. Let's rate it 4 stars. Type in good test review. Click OK. And now, as you can see, the review shows up here in this section when the question is clicked. And I can also review answers. So I can click here, click Add Review. Let's give it an OK test rating this time. Click OK. And now as you can see, the review shows up for that answer. And of course, you you can also edit reviews by clicking the review. Let's make it let's make it a 5-star review this time to make an excellent test review. Click OK. And now as you can see, the review has changed accordingly. And of course, you can also delete a review if you feel it's no longer relevant. All you have to do is click the review, press this button, click OK, and the review has been removed. So as you can see, it seems all these user stories seem to be working pretty well. But let's make extra sure using some tests. And there are three test beds that I have implemented to achieve this with. First off, is this uh is this HW3 test bed. This one is to test the replies functionality. So here I list the tests. Um, of this first one is to add a reply to an answer. This one adds several replies to an answer. And this one tries to add a reply to a non-existent answer. This one updates a reply, and this one deletes a reply. So here in the main method, I actually run the test. This one runs each test, and this one adds a reply to an answer and checks if all of its data is correct. This one adds multiple replies at once and makes sure each one has been added. This one tries to add a reply without an answer and make sure that an error message occurs because that shouldn't be possible. This one updates a reply and makes sure the information has been changed accordingly. And this one deletes a reply and makes sure it's no longer in the database. And this function is just to print out the results of the testing in the terminal. So without any further ado, let's see how the test does. Do. And as you can see, all of the tests have passed. This one's passed, this one's passed, this one's passed, this one's passed, and this one's passed. Hooray! It looks like the reply capability is working just fine. All right, next up is this one, the TP3 tests. This one tests the review functionalities. Now this one is structured very similarly to the previous test bed, except this time there's 6 tests. So this one adds a review to a question and makes sure that all the review's data is correct. And this test does the same thing, except it's a review for an answer. This one adds multiple reviews to a single question and then makes sure each review shows up. This one does the same thing, except with answer reviews. This one updates the review and then makes sure its information has changed accordingly. And this one deletes the review and makes sure that the review no longer shows up in the database. So let's run this. Let's run these tests and make sure that they are passing too. And as you can see, all of them have passed. This one's passed. This one's passed. This one's passed. This one's passed. This one also passes, and this one has passed. Well, it looks like the reviews capability is working well too. Hooray! Now there's just one last thing to test, and that's the staff capabilities, and that's what the HW4 test bed is for. This one is a bit different since this one uses a JUnit. Uh, so so for this test, it tests flagging a question and make sure that the question is now flagged. This one tests flagging an answer and making sure that the answer is now flagged. This one unflags a question and makes sure that it's no longer flagged. This one does the same thing except with an answer. The this one and these next six are just a repeat of the review tests to make sure that the staff member can still do it properly. Now after that is sending a single message to make sure it shows up in the other person's inbox. This one sends multiple messages at once to that person and makes sure each message gets the inbox properly. And this one sends a reply to another person's message and make sure that the reply shows up in the first person's inbox. So let's run this test bed to see if everything's working right. And as you can see, all 13 tests have passed. So that's all. So those are all the things I have implemented while working on this project during this semester.